Let's do this. Oh, he don't like to work. What? Says who? I was searching the internet for news, man. Trust me on that. I was searching. I found me something. What's up, Steam Deck fans? Another beautiful day. Yeah. Hope your 5 senses work, health and strength is good. What? Alright. Now, we talking about it said, I found this little article. Listen to this. The best Steam Deck alternative that also deliver big screen handheld gaming. I got one news for you all. There is no Steam Deck alternative. The Steam Deck is just one it's just one bad handheld, and everybody trying to beat it. Look, for what they're charging for these handheld, these alternatives, the Steam Deck 64 gig model. You can get the 64 gig model and just call it a day. The Steam Deck has no alternative. Not even the Switch can come close to the Steam Deck. Not even the A&EO. Not even the One X. The Steam Deck is just it's just a bad handheld. Look, the best Steam Deck alternative that delivers big screen handheld gaming. Sorry, man. Steam Deck has no alternative, man. What's up, Steam Deck fans? Steam Deck Tribe, Steam Deck Nation, Steam Deck Universe, Steam Deck World, what's good? Steam Deck Mob, yeah, outside, man, let's go. Steam Deck Squad, what's up? I'm messing with y'all. Look, the Steam Deck has no alternatives, man. It just doesn't. I'm looking at all these handhelds from Logitech to A&EO to One X, and the Steam Deck is just a bad handheld at the right price, man. I mean, look, I'm gonna spend $1,600 on a handheld. Really? I could get the base model Steam Deck, which is 64 gigs for $399, and I'm running the games at full power. So, to me, the Steam Deck right now has no alternative, man. I'm just gonna be real with y'all. Let's look through this list. All right, says here, the Nintendo Switch was a renaissance for handheld gaming. Yeah, to me it's dead. But anyway, Valve Steam Deck took the idea of making AAA titles playable on the go to next level. Support for graphics intense game usually reserved for PC. The only problem is it's extensive and still hard to get your hands on. Ain't that the truth? He said if you're not already on the waiting list, it turns out that the Switch and the Steam Deck aren't your only two options, though. There are actually lots of companies making Steam Deck a like console that can play popular games and even AAA titles, but natively and through the magic of game streaming, they're not always cheaper than the Steam Deck. See? But most don't come with month-long wait lists. They talking about the wait list. But look, the Steam Deck just doesn't have any alternatives, man. I'm sorry, I hate to break the news to y'all, but when I saw this article, I just looked at it and I'm like, nah, come on, man. Anyway, let's look through the slideshow here. What do we got? First one up, A&EO Air. Nah, Steam Deck got it beat. Let's see here. If a budget isn't part of your decision-making process, look no further than the A&EO Next Pro, powered by an AMD Ryzen 7 5025U 8-core processor. It runs Windows 10 and will set you back $1,565. Come on, man. $1,565. I can get get the Steam Deck base model for $399 and still have $1,165 to spend on the Steam Deck. Look, $1,565, right? For the A&EO Next Pro, right? Right? So the base Steam Deck model is $399. So $399 from $565 is what? $165 left, right? Then you got an extra $1,000 to go with that $165. Steam Deck is killing it. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, it says here, when spec'd with the 16 gigs of RAM and a 2 terabyte SSD, see when Valve did the teardown video, that was to let you know that you can change your SSD if you like. But anyway, helping to further justify the steep price tag is a 7-inch 1280 by 800 touchscreen display, magnetic Hall effect, joystick and triggers that should never exhibit drift, and 2 full function USB-C ports, so you can attach display and keyboard and use this thing as a full-on PC. Steam Deck doing the same thing, but for $1,565, I could get the base model Steam Deck for $399 and still got $1,165 left over. Yeah, Steam Deck, folks. Anyway, next one. Let's see what they got on the list here. All right, what are we talking about here? It says here, the Neo Air. Okay, this is the budget one. It says here, if you want to sacrifice a bit of performance for a cheaper price tag and improve portability, the Neo Air packs an AMD Ryzen 7 5025U processor, 16 gigs of RAM, and a 512 gigabyte SSD inside a Windows capable handheld that's just 18 millimeters thick at the thinnest point. You will lose some screen real estate compared to the Neo Next Pro, but the Air 5.5 inch OLED might actually be easier on the eyes with better contrast colors and a 1920 by 1080 resolution. Steam Deck still got them. Anyway, it doesn't even say the price here. But hey, next one. All right, Logitech. What do you come with? Oh, we know about you already. Says here, Logitech. Says here, announced just a few days ago, Logitech teamed up with Chinese company Tencent to create the G Cloud handheld with a 7-inch 1920 by 1080 display and an impressive 12-hour of battery life to a mobile Qualcomm Snapdragon. They're taking shots at the Steam Deck, by the way. Processor running Androids that makes playing AAA titles natively out of the question on the G Cloud, but that's not why Logitech created it. The G Cloud, as the name implies, is the game streaming through service like xCloud and NVIDIA GeForce Now. It can certainly run mobile games from Google Play Store. Well, Steam Deck, you can do the same thing. Look, basically, Valve said, look, we couldn't find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run. They said the Steam Deck was a portable PC, right? They're not trying to compete with PC. The Steam Deck is a part of the PC family, right? So what does that mean? It means I can do streaming and remote play between a Steam Deck and a laptop and a Steam Deck and a desktop. The Steam Deck picks up where the Wii U left off. So right now, Steam Deck got everybody in a chokehold right now. I know Logitech claiming they're doing game streaming, but you can do the same thing with the Steam Deck. But anyway, next one. Alright. Uh-oh, here comes 1X. And 1X packs a punch though. But here's where the Steam Deck beats the 1X. Watch this. It says here, stretching the definition of a handheld console, 1X player features a massive 8.4 inch screen pushing 2K resolution, not 4K. Come on, 1X, gotta do better than that. It says an Intel Tiger Lake i7 1195G processor plus 16 gigs of RAM, up to 2 terabytes of SSD storage, and get the price tag, $1,600. So for $1,600, I can get the base model Steam Deck, which is $399, and still have $1,200 left over. Steam Deck, man, come on, man. Anyway, says here, price tag ellipses the Steam Deck, and some would agree at its size and price point, you better off buying a laptop and connecting a wireless gamepad to it. But this is slightly more portable, even it's far from pocketable, and packs 15,300 megahertz, talking about chargeable battery. So your gaming session isn't over in just a few hours. I mean, come on, man. $1,600, man. You get the base model Steam Deck. Subtract $399 from that. You got $1,200 left over. What do you want with your Steam Decks? Anyway, but one X player is pretty good though. All right, not bad for a handheld though. One X. All right, who's next on the list? All right. Oh, here comes GPD, aka PSP2, with the sliding screen and keyboard. Says here, if your biggest complaint about the Steam Deck is the lack of cramped physic QWERTY keyboard, consider the new GPD Win 4. The company has long been known for its laptop handheld console hybrid. The GPD Win 4 is one of its most powerful yet. It still maintains a compact, pocket-friendly design thanks to a sliding 6-inch 1920 by 1080 screen that reveals a keyboard hidden beneath. When displayed, dig even deeper and you'll find an AMD Ryzen 7 6800U processor and supports for up to 32 gigs of RAM and 2 terabyte SSD. Given the last version of GPD still sells for well over 1,000. With less powerful specs, you can expect recent announced upgrade to be significantly more expensive. Steam Deck is beating GPD right now. Okay, even though you can get 32 and 16 gigs, the question is, can you afford it? Nice little PSP-like handheld, but that Steam Deck, man, at $399, and you, how much you want for this? Let's see here. You want, doesn't say here, but the GPD Win 3 sells for 1,000. You subtract $399 from 1,000, you're left with 600. Steam Deck, folks. Anyway, next one. Says here, okay, next one. Who's the next on the list? Odin Pro, AYN, okay. Worth considering for splash of color provided by the clear purple case option alone. The Odin Pro is a bit of a wild card as a Steam Deck alternative because unlike most of the options suggested here, it runs Android instead of Windows. That and its Qualcomm Snapdragon 845 processor paired with 8 gigs of RAM certain limits the types of games the Odin Pro can play. Steam Deck again, folks. Anyway, particularly native AAA, but like the Logitech G Cloud, it is a great option for streaming or running emulators if you're looking to enjoy the retro games you grew up with. It's also quite compact with a 5.9 inch 1920 by 1080 screen. Its biggest selling point is a price that starts at $239. But for that, I mean, 8 gigs of RAM, Steam Deck comes with 16, $239. You add another, what, $140 on top of that. You're talking the base model Steam Deck. Valve priced the Steam Deck right. It's not bad for a low budget handheld, but in the world of video games, man, speed, power, and performance, yeah. You want to go with the ones that can run the games right. Anyway, send me. I mean the Win Pro. Win. Hold up. It says here. Here's another one. 13 minutes. All right. Abernic Win 600. In recent years, Abernic is best known for an ever-growing collection of handheld emulators running Linux-based operating systems that put thousands of retro games in your pocket. The Win 600 is the company's first attempt to up the ante, a 475 handheld that powers Windows with a 2.8 gigahertz. Steam Deck is still better. Anyway, you could buy that. You could buy the Steam Deck for that price. Anyway, AMD Athlon Silver 3050E daily APU processor, 8 gigs of RAM, and a 256 gig SSD. It's packed a 5.94-inch 1280 by 700 screen, and while it's much smaller and lighter than the Steam Deck, it's also far less powerful. So instead of focusing on native playing AAA on this, you might want to stick to game streaming instead. The Steam Deck is a Linux and Windows based handheld, so um, for the base model, for what you're paying here, $475, you get the base model Steam Deck. Anyway, next one. Alright, got one more here. Or then you got the backbone iPhone or Android smartphone. It's $100. So basically, you're taking your Android phone and taking the backbone controllers and connecting them and play your games. All right, next one. Let's see here. Almost done here. Okay. And then there's the Tessie Steam card for the Nintendo Switch. It says here, as incredibly successful as the Switch has been, it still completely locks down for Nintendo, who ultimately decides what games can be played on the console. But hacks aside, it might not always be that way. At the recent 2022 Tokyo Game Show, a company called Tessie was demonstrating a new product called the PC Stream Card, designed for the Nintendo Switch. As the name implies, it allows game running on a PC to play on Switch through streaming, although full detail on how it works, when it will be available, and how it will interface with the console through its cartridge slot. Look, this goes back to the Wii U now, when I told people months ago that the Switch should have never been built, because with the Wii U you had streaming and remote play covered. Anyway, I'm gonna do a separate video on this. But anyway, next one. I think that's it. But at the end of the day, the Steam Deck, to me, the only four that stands out, the ones that stands out to me is this. I mean, Backbone is okay because you're using your phone. Amber Ink, no. Odin Pro, no. GPD Win 4. GPD Win 4, maybe. You know, they got that. It looks like the PSP a little bit, maybe. The 1X, I would say is the first alternative, and then Logitech, maybe. And I would say the Neo Air. So the 1X and the Neo Air is like the two best out the list. But to me, the Steam Deck right now is just the console to beat when it comes to, you know, handheld right now. Valve, the specs is right, the price is right, and what you're getting it for, you know. I mean, $1,600 and $1,565, man. You could get the base model Steam Deck and still have money left over, you know, and go on from there. So Valve did their homework on the Steam Deck. They did this, you know, the pricing and what you're getting, and the games it can run. The Steam Deck is a bad handheld, but through this list is probably the GPD 1X, Neo Pro, and the let's see, 1X, Logitech, Neo, and probably GPD. But right now, the Steam Deck, man, is the handheld that everybody's after right now, because based on the prices on the other ones, you know, you can get it for $1,565 or $1,600 or even $425. You can get the base model Steam Deck and still have change left over, you know. So for $1,600, I mean, the 1X is up there, but for that price, get a base model Steam Deck, man. Still got some money left over. $1,565 for the Neo, for the Neo. Where's it at? for the ANEO Next Pro 1565. I mean, you that's the base model Steam Deck is what, $399. So subtract $399 from 1565. That's $1,165 left over. Valve got everybody shook, man. You know what I'm saying? So, and then if you look at the let's see here, the One X. The One X comes with an 8.4 inch screen, right? And they want $1,600 for it, right? So you're looking at the base model Steam Deck. The Steam Deck comes in 3 flavors: 64, 256, and 512. So the base model Steam Deck, hey, you got $1,600, right? You subtract $399 from it. What do you have? $1,200 left over. The Steam Deck is hard to compete with right now. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. The One X and the ANEO Pro, they're coming with some specs, man. But in the time, if you don't have that type of money to spend, man, Steam Deck, best bet, you know. So yeah. But right now, everybody's gunning for this little handheld called the Steam Deck, man. Anyway, but I mean, these are some good choices. But when it comes back to the price now, when it comes back to the price and your budget, Steam Deck got everybody beat, man, across the board. However you want to put it. You know? Anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek thing. Dark side. Come on. Peace.